There's no magic to it. We just teach the 4 steps. Mr. Green, how many steps are there?
There are 4.
4 steps. It's really simple. Right now, the first step in the 4-step system. Number 1, you have to be a product of the product. What is our product? Our product is travel. So step number 1, you want to log into your back office, watch the training video, take the test, and become CTC certified. Now, many of you all know, and those of you who are getting familiar with me will understand, I am a nerd. Okay, I love numbers. I find great comfort in numbers. I love data. When I first got involved with Paycation, 3 weeks into my being in the company, David Manning had a call. He had a call where he said, you know what, we've been polling the individuals who've been leaving Paycation. 67% of the people who are leaving the company never logged into their back office.
Wow.
So what's the first step in the 4-step training? Log into your back office. Right, Mr. Green?
Absolutely. Guys, here's what you're going to find about the 4-step system. Each step is going to represent building your belief, or it's going to represent building your bank account. And step 1 really focuses on building your belief. You know, we always use our reporting systems, and we're always looking at the statistics in terms of the people that go through the certification course and those who don't. And I mean, really, folks, I mean, if everyone follows this simple system, you'll be amazed at how your retention will increase, because people's belief will increase as well.
Now, the key word is retention. This whole industry is about retention. It's not how many you sign up, it's how many you keep. Some of it, I think I'll say that again.
That was a nugget.
It's not how many you sign up, it's how many you keep.
That's a nugget.
It's like pouring, some people's organization, it's like pouring water into a cup that has a hole in the bottom.
That's it.
It fills up, but as soon as it's coming in, it's going out. So, where do you get that information from? Real simple, here's another statistic for you. David Manning also on that call talked about the relationship between those who are CTC certified and retention. I can look at our own organization. Of the hundreds of those thousands who are CTC certified, we have a 92% retention rate amongst those who are CTC certified. You know what that's called in law? That's called a clue. Okay? That's called a clue. So you want to make sure, why? Because when you become CTC certified, you understand and appreciate better the value that Paycation has to offer. You understand that for $149, wow, what a tremendous investment that I'm getting. That CTC position is extremely important.
CTC is huge, guys. I mean, when you understand that anytime you go to the hospital or to the doctor's office, the first thing they do is they check your vital signs. But most people don't realize that your business has vital signs as well. And of course, the first vital sign would be to make sure, you know, see how many people in your organization is actually getting certified CTC. What does that mean? You want them to get that one recruit, but you also want them to go through the certification course as well, okay? I mean, if you treat it like that, I mean, every single person, you want to go ahead and challenge them to get it done right away. Not now, but really right now. And no later than the first 24 hours, otherwise, really and truly, you're losing that person.
Now, the second part of that is take a fam trip. Guys, we're in the travel industry, so you want to take it, well, Mr. Iverson, wait a minute, wait. I just invested a whole $149. Now you want me to take a trip? A fam trip? No, fam trip is a familiarization trip. You need to go to your back office and become familiar. There are people who've never even logged into their back office. Once again, that's a stewardship principle. Log in. You're not going to tear anything up. Press the buttons. It's not, your computer's not going to start smoking, flashing. Find out what these reports do. Understand your business. Also, go to your Paycation online site. You get 2 websites. One is your business opportunity site. Your other site is your travel website. And then share that with friends. We have too many secret agents in the business. Nobody knows you're in business. I sent an email to my friends, and all I did was ask them to bookmark my website as one of their favorites. That's it. Give people an opportunity. People cannot invest or patronize in your business if they don't know you have a business. Because we're about to roll out a customer program that's going to reward you greatly simply for having customers. Mr. Green talk about how important it is to go to that travel site, become familiar.
Absolutely, guys. I mean, you know, there are people that have customers, but yet they don't know how to actually book their trips and so forth. I mean, shame on you. I mean, we have a lot of business distributors that are calling us, asking us information when it's right on your website.
Yeah.
I mean, if you take the time to treat your business like a business versus treating it like a hobby, your business will start paying you like a business versus paying you like a hobby.
Right, that's right.
Now, this last one of the first step is book some travel or take a trip. Now, even if you don't go on the trip, pretend. Go through the experience as if you were, so that you can know how to navigate your potential customer through the experience, right? Guys, it's amazing to me that we have so many people who get involved in Paycation and do not travel. That's like being a chef, right? That's like being a chef. I'm sorry, it's like you having on the whole white chef uniform. You got the hat, the smock, and then somebody comes, dude, man, you a chef. Man, I want to taste some of your food. Dude, do I look like a chef? Yes, you do. But you don't cook. That's confusing to people. So you're a travel agent that doesn't travel. Now, I don't do a lot of social media stuff. A lot of people know that. I didn't get on the Book of Faces until...
Book of Faces.
I didn't get on Facebook until Paycation. I did. I really did. I'm a private person. Okay, stop, bro. I don't understand social media. I don't. I'm still learning. Y'all pray for me. I'm trying to understand that. Like, so I was going through the timesheet. And what is it? Timeline. I was going through the timeline when I first got on this in the book. And this person said, "Good morning, Facebook family." I said, "Who are you talking to? Who's out there? Should I say good morning? I mean, it's confusing to me." So I don't do a lot of social. I'm trying to understand it, but what I do post are a lot of pictures of myself in different destinations. So since I don't do Facebook or I'm not knocking those who do. It's just I don't have a relationship with you, so I don't understand that space. But what I do post are pictures of myself traveling. So I have people who saw me posting pictures of myself traveling, and they boxed me in and they said, they inboxed me. Okay. They inbox me. "Sir, it seems like you're always gone somewhere. What do you do?" I'm so glad you asked. I'm so glad you asked. And I sent them my website link. And they flat, I've had 5 people just because I posted pictures. So guys, travel with your business. Man, if you follow Jason Cross and Tanya Mizell, Chanel, they were in Dubai. Mark Sterling every other week is in Jamaica, right? It makes your business much more credible if you travel, right? Even if you have to fool some people. Look, I can't go to Dubai. I can't go to Jamaica. Get a hotel in Riverdale and ask the attendant to open a room and take some pictures of the suite. And you don't have to lie. Girl, it looked like every time I'm on Facebook, you going somewhere. Girl, I am somewhere. I'm doing it. Girl, you was just at Red Roof Inn in Riverdale, but it looked nice, right? So you got to create your story. All right. Y'all silly. All right. Step number 2 in the 4-step system. How important is making that list of 100 names?
Hey, this is one of those that it really shows you how to build your bank account. And you want to create that list right away, guys. Small list, have a small posture. Okay, but if you create a large list, you have a large posture. You know, it's so amazing when Mr. Jameson came to my home before we even looked at any companies. You know, I'd already created a contact list of over 400 people. And I told him, I said, look, I'm looking to evaluate projects. And if I were to find a project that meet these 6 criteria, would you be willing to partner with us? And he said, well, listen, man, he said, I've ran with you before. I wouldn't mind taking a chance and running again. He said, well, what company are you referring to? And I said, well, I haven't looked at anything yet. And he was so amazed because I had already created a contact list of over 400 people, okay? And so this is huge. You know, unfortunately, when people create a large contact list, they typically try to skip over names. And Ms. Iverson, I know that, you know, if I created that contact list, I'm going to actually reach out to you in that specific order because you came to my mind for a specific reason. All right, and so I'll turn it over to you.
So you make that list. Right now, some of you have not made your list. Right now, this convention, before this convention's out, you've been in Paycation less than 60 days, and you have not made your list. You should be making your list right now as you're sitting. Make your list. Your list is your money. That is, the longer your list, the more money you're going to make. Now, once we have that list, we're going to filter that list on 4 to 5 criteria. 4 to 5 criteria. Number one, I'm looking for somebody 25 years or older, someone who's married. I'm looking for someone who 25 years older, married, owns a home, and somebody who has a combined income of $40,000 or more per year. We say 25 years or older because we're looking for someone with a certain level of maturity. Home ownership shows a certain level of stability. I'm looking for married folks because it shows a certain level of commitment. Pause real quick. Because this is the zone that Spencer Iverson lives in my list. I'm looking for people who I know or highly suspect have $149 right now to start their business. Because Mr. Green, Mr. Sterling, I'm running a business. Not a charity, not a philanthropic institution, not a foundation. I am looking for people who have 149. We are the least expensive of all of the legitimate network marketing companies in the world. And we've got to start dealing with people who are always looking for the minimum. Mr. Iverson says something less than 140. No, there's nothing less than 149. $149. I've got 2 boats. On one of my boats, it has a fish finder. My fish finder is designed to do what? Find fish. So if I'm in a part of the lake, and I click on this button to locate, and there's a blank screen, there are clearly no what? I am not going to waste my lures and my line in this part of the lake. I'm going to go someplace where it lights up with fish. So when I'm prospecting on the list of people that I know, I am looking for people who have the money to get started when? Right now. It's real simple. And people will give you all kinds of excuses. All kinds of excuses. Mr. Iverson, I loved it. I loved all of it. But Mr. Iverson, because these are the things that people tell you that you think shows interest, but it is really a no. Mr. Iverson, I loved it. I loved everything about it. But Mr. Iverson, I need to go and do more research. That is a no. 98% of the time, when people tell you that, that is a polite no. Do not do $1 million worth of research for a $149 project.
Right.
You will miss this. Mr. Green, it's $149.
$149.
And I can't spend a lot of time with people who need to, when did Google become the expert on research? There's all kinds of garbage on Google.
Hello.
All kinds of garbage. You become anybody.
Right.
Then there were people who say, Mr. Iverson, and I asked them, what did you like best about what you saw? I loved it. I loved everything. But Mr. Iverson, and this is for the fellas. This is for the fellas. Mr. Iverson, you know how it is. It's $149, man. Everything I do, I need to consult with my wife. Well, my goodness. My goodness, Mr. Green. If you and your wife can't come to an understanding on $149, y'all got issues bigger than vacation travel right now. You at the grocery store, the bill will come to $152. Hold on, ma'am, hold on. Baby, the other day the grapes, but a banana. That nonsense. You got to check on my wife for $149. You didn't check for her when you bought them Stacey Adams. Hold on, I Baby, they got Stacey Adams sale. They went 60. We got room for the extra 12. What? Come on, y'all. That's a polite no. That is a polite no. My wife got to trust me with a $149 decision. Honey, we in the travel business. What's for dinner? What? Your wife don't want to go to the Bahamas? Fellas, we got to have some posture.
That's right.
Right? It is a God-given responsibility for me to be the head of my house. It's a God-given responsibility for me to be the head of my house. Everybody can't be cheap. This last one, and you all know my dad's a preacher. I'm a deacon. What do you like best about what you saw? I loved it. I loved every minute of it. But Mr. Iverson, I don't make any decisions. Because see, by that point, they've seen the presentation several times. They've been to 7 meetings. They talked to Mr. Bradley, Mark Campese, they got Mr. Manning out the hospital. They talked to everybody. They did all of it. I love it all. But I don't make any decisions without talking to God. Without going and consulting God in prayer. Now,
Tell him.
I refuse to believe that God tells you no 99% of the time. So if the only thing that is holding you back from making a $149 decision is prayer, for those of you who've been by my house, I have a section, Mr. Green, you've been there. It has a red circle in the corner. Mr. Green, so you're my guest. All you need to make a decision today is prayer. That's all you need. You ready to do the 149? It's just the prayer.
Guys, you have to realize that, here in network marketing, you want to make sure that you become a professional sorter, okay? Amateurs recruit professional sort. Hello. All right, and when you think about timeshares, how many guys have ever been offered like free tickets to Disney World, right? Or SeaWorld? The first thing they do is they simply say, look, if you come out and you give us 2 hours of your time, we'll give you these free tickets. How many guys ever went there? Okay. All right, well, here's what happens. You go there to this location, and they sit you in this little section, and then, of course, they have you sign in, and they'll come over and they'll say, Mr. Iverson, and they'll see Mr. Iverson there, and of course, they say, oh, okay, well, first of all, thank you very much for being on time. We appreciate that. Where's your spouse? Where's your wife? He said, oh, well, I'm not married. They said, really? Okay. All right, well, listen, why don't you come over here to the breakfast area, go ahead and get you something to eat, and I'll be right back. They go get their tickets, then they promise you, they come and give it to you, and say, okay, you can go on your way. They won't even talk to you, because you don't fit their set of criteria. They'll turn you away before they even waste their time. Once again, let's say, for instance, if they're looking for people who are making $70,000, $80,000 a year or above, that is their set criteria. So therefore, if they came to Mr. Iverson, hey, so you and your wife, we appreciate you guys for being here. If you don't mind me asking, if there was a range in terms of your income, would you say that it's above $70,000 or below $70,000 combined? They said, well, man, we're probably at about $68,000 combined. They said, wow, you know what? Here, let me escort you guys to the breakfast area. They're going to give you your free tickets and you're on your way. Guys, they have the posture they already realize that if we identify a certain amount of people that fits this set of criteria, because of the law of averages, we're going to get these type of results. But yet and still, when we're a part of a business like this, we don't go out and recruit up. We're looking for people who need help. We're looking for a person who won't even go and apply for a job. My cousin Mike, oh, he needs some money. No, Mike is not going to do anything. I mean, he's not even applying for a job. You want to find some people who are looking for jobs. I mean, you want to find people who are working 2 jobs. You know, I want to talk to the vice president. You know, I want to talk to Mr. DiamondLife, who ran multiple banks, but yet because of Paycation travel, he went to work, and 5 months later, he was retired. Wow. Those are the type of people that I'm looking for.
Now, after we found them, now launching your business, guys, Paycation has an entire system, the Diamond Launch Call System. Monday through Friday at 9 o'clock. All you want to do is get as many people, 20, 30, 40 folks, onto these calls. Let the highest paid folks in this industry explain the Paycation opportunity on your behalf. They are the best at it. We have incredible leaders who are doing these Diamond Launch calls. After the call is over with, you want to ask that person, what did you like best about what you heard? See, that's a part of the PS3 system, where you pique someone's interest. You want to say something very briefly. One of the biggest challenges that a lot of people have when they get started with Paycation is they talk too much. They talk too much. Let the system do the work. I say something like this. Hey, John, what's going on?
Hey, what's going on, Spence?
Hold on. You can find out a lot about people and their problems when you do role plays, right? So whenever I'm finding someone who's having a challenge, Mr. McCovey, I do a role play with them. Right, I was doing a role play with a guy, and I said, "Okay, let's pretend that you know me. Okay, let me know each other. We have a long relationship. Okay, okay." I said, "Okay, now." And I said, "Pique my interest. How you doing today, Mr. Iverson?" I said, "Stop. You don't call your friends Mr. Iverson. That's really role play." Hey, Spence. Hey, what's up, man? Man, I got this pyramid thing, man. This network marketing game, dude. We want this hotel. We're gonna get rich and travel, man. Stop." You just killed yourself. You just used all the words you shouldn't use, right? So guys, keep it really simple. I'm going to pique Mr. Green's interest. I know Mr. Green. Hey John, what's going on, man?
What's going on, Spencer?
Hey John, look, I just got started in a project. I'm really excited about it. I don't have a lot of time. I'm going to send you a text that gives you the details about why I'm so excited about this project. Look, I'm running, but look, I want you to listen to this call. I'm going to call you back tonight around 7 o'clock to find out what you like best. Okay, I got to go. I'm sending you a text right now, all right?
Okay.
I just piqued his interest. I'm done. Guys, I wish I could have a recorder as I'm peeking. That's exactly what I say. You know why? Because my real friends, I have given them just enough to go and listen to that call. Because my real friends, because see, this industry will expose the true nature of every relationship you have in your life. You want to find out who your real friends are? Get involved in network marketing. I'm not saying you're not my friend if you don't join my business. I am questioning our friendship if you don't get on a phone call.
Come on.
You won't watch a video. Because my real friends will either do one of 2 things. Listen to the call or watch the video, or they'll tell me right off the bat they're not interested.
That's right.
It's that gray area. It's that gray area that begins to put a strain on the relationships. So I've said something very, very quickly, very briefly. I have not given it away. I did not mention Paycation. I did not mention travel. I didn't talk about network marketing. I just piqued his curiosity. All I'm trying to do is get them into the system, watching the video or listening to the call. Once we've done that, I'm going to show them something. That's the call. That is the. Now, Mr. Iverson, what's the best tool to use? There is no best tool. All of them are good. I recommend 2. For those folks who are really challenged with time, who don't have they can't really sit down physically and watch something on a computer, I give them the on-demand phone call. Give them the phone call, the entire opportunity call. Do not try to use the sizzle call alone to close someone. It's not enough information. Or for someone who really is visual, we'll give them the video, the entire brand new 16-minute video. And then you want to confirm. You want to confirm that with them. After they've watched it, call them back. Hey, what did you like best? Guys, remember that question. That is in them. You have to say this exactly. Don't ask them, hey, what do you think? That's an open-ended question. I think y'all should make the website red. I think this is Studies have shown that reds are more attractive. Well, that's a general question. What did you like best about what you saw? You just closed it in. And then what happens is you neutralize the skeptic. Because you got some people who just waiting to shoot it down. They just wait for you to ask them, what did you think? They just can't wait. Right. So when you ask them, so what did you like best about what you saw? Oh, well, I guess I have to say the travel. Right, you neutralize because you forced them to say something positive. Okay? They've watched the video, they've been exposed. Now, after they've been exposed, you ask them what they like best. Now it's time to set them up for the three-way call. Set them up for the three-way call. As long as they say something positive, do not put negative people on the phone with your upline. Do not put skeptical people on the phone with your upline. As long as it's something positive, the money or the travel, as long as it's something positive, when they have questions, now it's time for me to edify Mr. Green. I'm going to edify Mr. Green. Mr. Green, what did you like best about what you saw with the video?
Oh, man. Well, I love the fact that there were 20 different ways. I love the fact that there were 20 different ways that I could generate income.
You know what? That's what I saw. It's amazing. That's exactly what I saw. Hold on. Now I'm talking about the travel. Mr. Green, what did you like best about what you saw?
I love the fact that I could travel and, be a part of a membership.
That's crazy. That's exactly what I saw. Whatever it is they see, you agree with, it's all good. Agree with it. Now, that's great. But Mr. Green, we're really thrilled about this project. Mr. Green, do you have any questions about what you saw?
Well, I don't really have any questions.
Okay.
I pretty much like what I saw. I mean, your credibility alone, made a difference.
But let's assume that you have some questions for the sake of the audience who's here, the thousands who are watching online. Mr. Green, do you have any questions?
Well, is this linked with those pyramid schemes?
Man, that is an outstanding question. I asked that question myself. Was this one of those pyramid things? But you know what? I just got started. I've got somebody who introduced me to the project. He is the VP of marketing for the company. He's the #1 money earner. He's been in the industry for over 12 years. He is most qualified to answer that question. What I'm going to do, what time are you available later on today?
Probably about 7.
By 7 o'clock? 7 o'clock. I'm going to see, I don't know if I can, but I'm going to see if Mr. Donald Bradley is available to answer your questions at 7 o'clock, okay? See how we edify? See, what a lot of people get stuck though is they start trying to answer those questions. And now you appear as if you're the expert. And now that person who may not decide to join the business is saying to themselves, wow, how did you have the time to learn all of that? You just got started. See, it's a process. You always want to send people to another level so they can see they're part of a bigger team. And that can replicate. Once Donald Bradley gets on the phone, he's going to do his thing to help close them out. It is not your job, just like with the timeshare presentation, it is not your job to be the seller, do the presentation, and the closer. Play team ball. When you play team ball, everybody wins. Everybody gets a what? Ring. Everybody gets a ring. Okay? Three-way call. Now, Mr. Green, let's wrap this up by talking about the frequency. The frequency. You want to host 4 travel parties. Notice we did not give you the time frame of those 4. A lot of people assume, Mr. Green, that those travel parties, since it's 4, I should do 4 in a month. And that's fine. So what we say is host 4 per month if you want part-time income, 4 per week if you want to make full-time income, or if you want to be like one of these top money earners, do 4 per day. I was talking to Mr. McCovey. He was sharing with me about Mr. Rivera and his wife Tracy in California, how when they went over there, they did 5 to 7 meetings that day. See, the Diamonds don't have anything special that we do. We just do the basics more frequently. Right? We just do it more. Mr. Green?
Travel parties are really huge, folks, because, it's a lot easier to invite people out to your home than it is to invite them out to a hotel meeting, because typically people are skeptical when they hear about hotel meetings and so forth, okay? Well, it's not that they're really skeptical. Most people are just programmed. They're programmed to think a certain way. And of course, travel parties, that's what we consider an outlet for more information. Okay, typically people want to just invite people out to a hotel meeting, but that's the largest event on the regular basis that you have, period. And so therefore, if you invite them out with their first exposure, if you're not using the sizzle call, if you're not using the conference calls, if you're not using the travel parties, then you invited your guests out to a large event like a briefing, a business opportunity meeting, Therefore, they got there for information versus confirmation. If you were to set up the travel parties, what happens is people are going out there, they're getting information, while some people get confirmation right away, but now you can promote and build for the next event. You know, if I were to go and do a travel party for Mr. Iverson, and, you know, if a guest got started, well, I'm going to go ahead and book that travel party for that guest right away. I'm going to let them know that I have an opening in my schedule, and based on their relationship, their credibility, how many people can they get in the room if I make myself available on tomorrow at 7 o'clock p.m.? You know, I'm just dictating that. I'm looking at my schedule and building it. Because why? Because I'm looking at how many travel parties I'm looking to do per month. Okay?
Now, so we've developed it. So you determine, based on your goals, how frequent you, because this is a home-based business, you can control that. You want to make a little bit of money, do a little bit of work. Make a lot of money, do what? Do a lot of work. Now, the last of the 4 steps, so for some of you who are taking notes, wondering where this is, it's already in your back office. Right? It's already. Don't, you're moving too fast. It's in your back office. Just told on yourself. All right, now. Make an 18-month commitment. This is not get rich quick. Make an 18-month commitment. It's amazing how we can understand commitments with other things. For example, the typical bachelor's degree takes how many years? 4 years. So you don't take your first test first semester, start looking for the cap and gown department. You understand it's a 4-year commitment, only to graduate with no guarantee of a job. Hello. We understand that. But then we get involved in network marketing. You're not rich in 60 days, and you feel like you've been scammed. Really? Make an 18-month commitment. I was telling the team on last night in some breakout sessions that you cannot see, if you've been in the industry less than 2 years, you are doing yourself a disservice to compare yourself to a Jonathan Green.
That's right.
Who's been in for 13 years, who's built organizations of tens of thousands of people.
Right.
That's not fair to you. He knows network marketers that he can talk to. He's a builder and not just a recruiter. So don't hold yourself to us. There is a learning curve and a learning process you're going to have to go through, right? So make an 18 commitment. What are you committing to? Number one, you're committing to your why. You are committing to your why. I'm going to share my why. I'll let Mr. Green share his. My why, as many people know, is to be a professional dad. That is Spencer Iverson's why. To be a professional dad. When I was growing up, on weekends, past the nights, we would go and visit nursing homes on Saturdays. 11, 12, 13-year-old. I was going around visiting nursing homes. And as I'm sitting in those nursing rooms, I never understood the concept, but whatever that pain was, because in so many of those rooms, I would hear that person who just really wanted somebody to listen unless they were alone. They didn't really care who was in the room. Young man, I wish I had spent more time with my kids. I would hear that over and over and over again. And like I said, I didn't understand fully what that pain was, but whatever it was, I didn't want to learn what that was. And so when I found this industry, I found a way for me to have control of my time. Because the kids don't remember the big stuff. It's the little stuff, those little moments. So when I go to run the track day with my daughter, who do I see? More moms or more dads? More moms. Where are the dads at? They're at work. I didn't want to miss any of those critical moments, and that is my why. That is what drives me. That is why I can fly to Miami. Nobody does a meeting. I don't quit the business. I mean, nobody shows up. I don't quit the business. I keep on. Why? Because that is my why. My why is driving me. Right, Mr. Green?
Absolutely, guys. Well, one thing about it is I typically haven't shared my why from the big stage before, because it's something that just continues to fuel me over and over again. I remember before network marketing, it was right around the time that I was introduced to this industry. I was married at the time, and I just moved to Atlanta, Georgia, and our son was 4 months old, and here I was making $28,000 a year as a computer specialist. My wife, she was in Alabama, and going through the nursing program, and we had our child. And I clearly remember when the baby was born, I was in a position where I could look after my son. His mom, his grandmom, she didn't understand. She called me a deadbeat dad, and I mean, her family was totally against me. And I just remembered the frustration in dealing with it, realized that I couldn't take care of my family. And at that point in time, I remember finding a printout of everybody's salary on the printer. You see, that first part, I typically don't share in the story, but I remember finding this printout of everybody's salary. Here I was, at that time, I was making about $32,000 a year, and there was no one else making under $45,000 a year. And I said, you know what, I remember how that felt to be undervalued, but that's what I sold myself for. And so I said, you know, even though I knew that the next lowest paid person was making $45,000 a year, I said, when my review time comes, I'm going to get paid. And I remember at that point in time, it was about 6 months later, I sat in front of this young lady who was my manager. She gave me exceeded expectations. And I told her, I said, listen, whatever I have to do to make $40,000 a year, I'm willing to do it. Still settling when I knew that people without even degrees were making over $45,000 a year. That young lady looked me in the eyes and she said, Jonathan, the only way you can make $40,000 a year is for you to become a supervisor, and we don't have any positions open. Folks, that's, you know, when people come to my home, they see affirmations all around my wall. Those affirmations are internalized with experiences that I've gone through. You know, it was at that moment that I decided I was going to become a peak performer. I realized that people couldn't dictate the level of success. People around me, they couldn't dictate what I was capable of doing for my family. Folks, and my children, they don't understand a person being able to, a father simply saying, hey, look, what do you mean I can't afford this, I can't afford that? And I just decided I was going to become a peak performer. See, that's what this industry did for us, folks. It gave me my time freedom back. It gave me my time freedom back. You're looking at this training, folks. You have to internalize your reason why. You have to be willing to commit to the system. You have to be willing to follow the fundamentals of this industry. Why? Because that's exactly what we did. You know, regardless of the success that you see right now, you have to learn how to develop your level of influence. When I joined in my first year of network marketing, Mike Jameson, he was the first person I recruited in network marketing. The first whole year only recruited 6 people. 6 people in a whole year, Ms. Iverson. We grew a team of 196 people. Everybody quit but 8 in the first year. Everybody quit but 8 people. Mike James was one of the people that didn't quit with me. People say, well, why didn't you quit? I said, because that was practice. That was practice. The next year, we recruited 1,000 people. The next year, 2,500, we created 6-figure earners after 6-figure earners. And then, of course, we learned to teach people how to grow internally. And you go from good to great to unstoppable.
That's right.
You become relentless. Just commit to your why. You commit to the system. You commit to your why, and you will see yourself. It doesn't matter what you touch.
That's right.
Paycation. Some of you guys are underutilizing your skill set because you don't realize that success is a responsibility.
Green.
You know, people say luck. Man, people call you lucky now. They look at you now and they say, oh man, you're so lucky. Let me tell you something. Luck is nothing more than a loser's excuse for a winner's success.
Right.
You make excuses for your downfall. Okay? But there are people like Mr. Iverson, you call him lucky all day. Why is it that everything he touches turns to gold? Mr. Donald Bradley, the system that he builds, folks, people just rise around him because he understands that luck is nothing more than laboring under correct knowledge.
Come on.
So the last point is commit to the system. If you're at this convention and you have not committed to the system, then today becomes your first day of your 18-month commitment.
That's right.
A confused mind does nothing. There can't be 20,000 people and 20,000 different ways of how to get to the goal. And we are proof positive that the system absolutely, positively works. That's all we teach. When we go to London, England, what do we teach, Mr. Bradley? 4-step system. When we go to Paris, France, what are we teaching? We're teaching a 4-step system. I got me some Rosetta Stone on the way. Bermuda. Bermuda, we're teaching 4-step system. Stockbridge, Georgia. Montgomery, Alabama.
4-step system.
Los Angeles, California.
4-step system.
Seattle, Washington. Now, we got some gifts to give away. Right, Mr. Brown? Yeah. We'll do that later. Y'all don't want no gifts. All right.